my loves, welcome back to another video with your girl Moya. In today's video I will be showing you guys how to make A7 cash envelopes for your cash wallets. This is how I make them, new and updated way to do it. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. You will need a laminator, a paper cutter, you'll need vellum paper, you'll need 3mm matte laminating sheets, and you'll also need 5mm matte laminating sheets, and preferably a laser printer. Now I do have my Amazon storefront link in the description where all these items are listed. If you guys need any assistance with that, you can touch the link and head on over there and you will see the products that I use. We're using Canva, so you want to go inside of Canva, you want to go to create a design and you want to type in US letter. So it's going to come in, what am I saying? You just need to turn it in landscape. So you do that by just switching around the measurement. So you know it's 8.5 by 11, you just switch it to 11 by 8.5. Now when you have it in landscape, you want to type in your categories. One page can give you 4 envelopes. So what I do, I just use my judgment as usual and just line up my words exactly how you guys see me do here. I normally just use the lines. You see those lines that kind of shows you like if it's straight, if it's in the center of the page, whatever, and I line it up just like this. Now some people actually have a way to make boxes, but me personally, I don't really like to make boxes. I like to do it like this, that way when I cut it out, you know, it's just free, like I could just cut it based off of my measurements. So that's why I don't really use boxes. I do it exactly how you guys see me here. Just use my judgment and line up the words on the page. Once you do this, you can just edit the words, whatever categories you want your envelopes to be. For example, what I'm doing here, changing it to gas, household, groceries, etc. And once again, this is me just aligning, making sure that they are in the same, line that is straight. And you can add patterns. You can leave it blank if you want blank envelopes. Not blank, but like without patterns. Or you can add patterns by going to elements and typing in patterns and pick a pattern that you like. Or if you already have a pattern, you can add to the page. You just add your pattern and you want to turn down the transparency of the pattern if you want it to be like kind of in the background. Now I'm making envelopes for a client. She ordered the crazy hearts. So this is my crazy heart template. I'm just going to go into the template and just replace the categories to her categories that she ordered to get these envelopes made for the video. It's pretty easy. I don't really use lines. I literally just do it exactly how I just showed you guys. Pull up my US letter page, resize it to landscape, and just put my 4 categories and place them in that order that you guys see. So this is me just writing in the words or the labels that my customer ordered, because I'm actually making envelopes for real customers. So I just decided, let me just do, I don't think I've made a video on A7 envelopes. So I'm like, let me just record it and show you guys how to do it. But basically, you see the crazy hearts pattern that I chose in the background. You kind of want to add the pattern and just turn the transparency down so that it's not overshadowing, the labels basically. So yeah, this is how I design it inside of Canva. This is probably the easiest part to do. Now that I have my design ready, I'm just going to name it my customer's name, and you want to download it as a PDF file, and I'm just picking the pages I want to download. So download as a PDF file so you can print it and it will print with no issues. It's good to use a laser printer. Inkjet printers don't really work great with vellum. So if you have an inkjet printer, I wouldn't recommend. Laser printers are the best for vellum paper. After you have created your design on Canva, which is super easy, you will send your vellum paper to be printed out on your laser printer, and it should look like this when printed on the vellum. So now we're going to cut. I'm going to show you guys the measurement that I use to cut these out. So here's my cutting board. I'm going to start by cutting off the edge. Because my paper has design on it, I can see where the design ends on the edge. So I'm just going to cut off my edge, and in this direction you want to cut it at 8 centimeters, or it's a little bit over 3 inches. So you want to cut it at 8 centimeters in this direction. After you cut that direction 8, you want to cut this direction 4.5 inches. So the first direction you cut it 8 centimeters. The second direction you're going to cut 4.5 inches. So just line it up, make sure that it looks, leveled to you. And then you want to line it up at 4.5 inches and cut. So when you cut your 4.5 inches, it should look like this. Are all my pieces. This is the size that you want it to be, so it should look like this. Now we're going to cut our 3 mil matte laminating sheets. I'm going to cut off the sealed end, so cut off where it's sealed first, and you're going to keep it in this direction. In this direction you get the most pieces out of it. So you're going to start by cutting, instead of the 8 centimeters, you want to go to 8.5 centimeters when it comes to the 3 mil, because you're going to leave space for the laminating sheets to seal to the point where when you open up the envelope, it's not going to open up the part where the vellum is. So you want to cut it not 8 centimeters but 8.5. Just messed up this one, so let me turn it the other way and cut my 8.5. So after you cut your 8.5 in the long direction, you want to turn it this way, and we're going to cut this the same 4.5 inches that we did for the vellum. When you cut it once, it should be the same size. You're going to get 2 pieces of 4.5s. Once you just have to cut it once. So that's 2. Cut it once at 4.5, 4. And there I have my 8 pieces. I can just leave this for later. I'm not going to throw it away. I'll just leave it until I need it again. After you do the cutting, for now you can move your cutting board to the side. Okay, so now you want to get your 8 mil laminate sheet, and you're gonna open it up. You're gonna open up your cut pieces, and you're going to flip them in the opposite sides. That way your envelope is going to open. If you skip this step, your envelopes will not open. So make sure you open it up and flip it. You want to take your first piece of vellum and you want to line it up with the laminate sheet all the way to the edge for this one. You want to line it up with your laminating sheet all the way to the edge. You do want the extra amount to be out here, your extra amount at the edge, and then you're just going to slide it into your 5 mil. Leave at least an inch out here so that you can punch holes. So we're gonna slide our first piece in, and then we're going to do the other 8, and then we'll come back. You have set all of your laminating your envelopes inside of your 5 mil laminate sheets. Now what you want to do is you want to have your laminator on 5 mil and have it hot and ready, and then you're going to feed your paper through the laminator. After you fed it through the laminator, it should look like this. Now we're going to cut them out. I'm not sure why my laminator is so noisy today. What's going on? We went back for our cutting board. We're going to cut out the envelopes. Now you want to go as close to the edge as possible. You'll be able to see where it seals. So you don't want to cut into the seal. You want to make sure you're not cutting into the seal. So go as close to the edge as possible, and then you're going to cut. Now once you cut it this direction, you're going to look, you see that extra 8.5 that we did, the extra half? You're gonna wanna cut into the half, but you're not going to wanna cut to where the vellum is. For example, let me show you what I mean. This right here is the vellum. You could tell, so this is the vellum. This is the extra half that we did, the 8.5. And then this is the 5 mil. So we're gonna cut into the extra 8.5, but we're not going to cut the vellum. Okay, so cut into your 8.5 extra piece that you left from your 3 mil. After you do that, bring your entire envelope to 10 centimeters. Once you bring everything to 10, this is what it should look like. So you leave your edge to punch your holes for your envelope to go inside of your binder. Your envelope when it's cut out. Now what you want to do is take the extra step to run these back through the laminator to get them nice and flat, and then you're going to punch your holes and you're all done. So I'm going to run these back through the laminator. I'll be right back. So you run that back through the laminator. They're nice, flat, and crisp. Now you can punch your holes. This is my hole puncher that I'm using. I got this off of Amazon. It should be in my Amazon storefront link. The link is in the description below, so you guys can touch the link and head on over to Amazon, and you should be able to locate this hole puncher. I'm just going to set it to the A7 size. You can do that on the back. It has different sizes, so I'm just going to set it to where it says Pocket Mini. That's A7, and then I'm going to punch my holes, adjusting this as well. So after setting it to my pocket mini option, I'm going to start punching my holes. Once you punch a hole, it should look like this. And these are the holes that you need to insert your envelope inside of your A7 wallet. That's how you create your A7 cash envelopes, matte vellum. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Hope that I was able to help you out, and I will see you guys in the next one.